The stunt cost Channel 4 around £5 million. Sadly, ratings were not so interstellar. But we loved the Darren Brownness of it all, and it was genuinely compelling to see how far the joke could go. There hasn't really been anything like it before or since. Point 4. Reborn in the USA, ITV 2003. After ITV's Sweet Pop Stars Pop Idol success, every channel seemed to be clambering over itself to come up with some kind of singing competition to cash in on. This was certainly one of the most elaborate. The premise, clearly created before the days of YouTube and Twitter, saw famous British singers from yesteryear given a second chance of chart success by performing in the good old US of A to literally tens of people. The ones who proved most popular with this new crowd would then go on to the next round and so on. The show very much banked on the fact that most people in the US would have no idea who these singers were, although Tony Hadley, from the universally huge in the 80s Spandau Ballet, seemed a harsh fit. Sonia, Gina G, Peter Cox and David Van Day's Dollar were far better shouts. With Davina McCall as host, and despite the series getting its own tie-in album, it didn't catch on and didn't return for the difficult second series. Wed Love, a follow-up featuring artists who were big back in 2003: Daniel Bedingfield, David Sneddon, Dido. ITDBAS. Advertisement continue reading below. 5. That'll Teach 'Em, Channel 4 20,030 2006. Along with Lad's Army, this was perhaps the best in a fleeting brigade of reality TV shows that saw naughty youths being taught a lesson or two for our viewing pleasure. It featured around 30 teenagers taken back to a 1950s and 60s style boarding school, back when chicken really tasted like chicken. The purpose was to analyze whether the severe standards of schooling at the time produced better exam results compared to now, although, let's be honest, we all tuned in to see the little scroats having a torrid time. Actors were employed to appear as strict teachers at a traditional boarding school, while the kids had to adhere to dress codes and a 1950s diet. It was all a load of nonsense, but we loved all three series of it, and it's ripe for a 70s and 80s nostalgic reboot. Point 6. The Murder Game, BBC One 2003. In an age where true crime documentaries like Making a Murderer or Serial have become cultural obsessions, this would probably be more popular today than in March 2003. Based on the US show Murder in Small Town X, it was a hybrid of a reality TV, game show and mystery drama that aired for just 9 episodes. It followed the story of a fictional murder, with 10 contestants being set the challenge of finding the killer. Everyone in the town was played by actors, with some of them ending up becoming victims themselves, like an interactive Midsomer Murders. Each episode saw the investigators split into 2 teams, with the losing side being put up for a group vote and 2 of them pushed forward to that week's killer's game. The final pair would then be sent to 2 remote locations alone, stay with us, where their movements would only be recorded by head-mounted cameras. One of the contestants would then discover a clue to the mystery, while the other would end up being eliminated as a murder victim. Elaborate, for sure, but also strangely terrifying. Point 7. Shattered, Channel 4 2004. One of Dermot O'Leary's first big gigs after T4, this one-off series is something that we doubt would happen nowadays due to the triplicate health and safety forms you'd probably have to fill out. 10 contestants were tasked with going without sleep and enduring various mean challenges for 7 days to win £100,000, while their actions were filmed 247. If they closed their eyes for more than 10 seconds, £1,000 would be deducted from the prize. It was essentially a now generic Big Brother daily task stretched over a whole week. Such sleep deprivation meant that at one point a contestant supposedly genuinely thought he was the Prime Minister of Australia, one got angry that the others wouldn't play with an imaginary ball, and another nearly toppled over as he began falling asleep while standing up. Ergo, it was excellent television. The climax was particularly playful, with a final task that saw them cruelly being sent to a comfy bed and the contestant who could stay awake the longest winning the prize. The winner ended up enduring 178 hours of zero sleep. Point 8. Fame Academy, BBC One 20,020 2003. We'd hazard a guess that you haven't forgotten Fame Academy, but we think its X Factor meets Big Brother via Sylvia Young formula deserves a hell of a lot more praise than it gets. Only lasting for 2 series and a few celebrity additions, Fame Academy saw a group of talented musicians living together in a house while writing their own music and proving they had what it took to have a proper career in music. Each week, the least popular with the public would be binned off, and if they survived till the end, they would get to finally perform their own song. It was the perfect blend of reality TV and talent show. It also meant that by the end, the show had introduced proper pop stars that you really cared about. If you finished 4th in Fame Academy, you'd get a top 10 hit out of it. Nowadays, if you win the X Factor or The Voice, you're not even guaranteed to crack the top 100. Want up to the minute entertainment news and features? Just hit like on our Digital Spy Facebook page and follow on our @DigitalSpy Twitter account and you're all set.